You can play this entire Eagles song with one finger and still sound like the recording. I know, it sounds inconceivable.
You keep using the word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
A lot of beginners will see the Eagles and skip to something easier, but this arrangement is designed so you can sound like the recording before you've even touched a full chord. Hey everyone, I'm AJ Hansen with Level Up Your Guitar. Tab sheet music is in the description, private lesson link is down there too. Let's get into it. So here's how this one came to be. I was listening to Spotify on Shuffle a while back, heard the song come on, In the City by the Eagles, heard it a million times, and I'm maybe 30 seconds in and I'm thinking, okay, that's A, that's D, that's E, the whole thing. And I knew immediately this song could be done with just one finger. Now this is a level 3 lesson. If you're new to this channel, level 3 is my 2-finger chord song playlist. Songs that you can play with 2 fingers, sometimes less. And in this arrangement, you only need your pointer finger. That's it. One finger, the whole song. With one tiny exception I'll tell you about when we get to the bridge. I'll say this up front, out of everything in the level 3 playlist, this one has the most intricate playing. So if you're just starting out, I'd actually call this the graduation song, the thing you work toward before you move into level 4. But if you've been sitting in level 3 for a while and you want a real challenge without jumping to full open chords, this is it. And you're going to pick up a mini bar chord shape along the way, which is going to serve you well later on. The hardest part of this song is not the notes, it's the rhythm. The intro has a syncopated feel and some longer rhythms, and we as guitarists get impatient because we have ABP, always be playing. But here's the thing, if you listen to the track a few times, the chord changes are obvious. The song tells you exactly when to move, so listen to it a lot on your commute, at the gym, wherever. It's going to make everything in this lesson click faster than you'd expect. Alright, let's hit it. The intro sets up the whole song, so let me demonstrate it first. So you've got 3 chords here, A5, D5, and E5. All 3 of these you can play with just your pointer finger and an open string played together. 2 strings at a time, no other fingers needed. So we start with the A5 with the index finger on the D string 2nd fret, and you're going to strum the A string open and the D string at the same time. And that's going to go into D5, very simple move, just take your index finger, move it up 1 string to the G string, and now you're hitting the D string and the G string together. So already we've got A5 to D5. And then we go back to A5 to E5. So now move your finger down to the A string, 2nd fret, and you'll hit the open E string and the A string. So from that A5 right before the E5, I'll play those together. So we've already covered this much. Let me just finish this up to the end. So now we're going from A5 to D5 again. Back to A5. And then E5, which is on the next line. You'll see that in a moment. So let me demonstrate the entire intro. Let me talk about the rhythm for a second. This is the part people find a bit tricky sometimes, but I promise it's easier once you hear it. Listen to the original recording and pay attention to the pulse. There's a specific shuffle feel to it, a kind of skip in the strumming. The chords don't always land on the obvious beat, but when you listen to it enough times, you'll hear the pocket. Let your ear lead your hand here, not your eyes. Develop and strengthen your ear's mind. If you want me to walk you through songs like this one-on-one, I do private lessons at levelupyourguitar.com. I've been teaching for 26 years and have taught nearly 30,000 lessons across all genres. Links in the description. Let me demonstrate the verse now before we pick it apart. So the verse uses the same three chords as the intro, A5, D5, and E5, same pointer finger shape, same frets, same strings, same principle. So let's go through this. Let me show you on the sheet music here, because it's basically the same thing. You've got E5, A5, and D5. This D5 right here is where Joe Walsh starts singing, and then you're gonna go up EAD, and then DAE on the way back down. So it goes up and then back down. Now the interesting pattern or sequence that happens in here, when you're traveling up, here you've got that syncopated feel, so you can see all the crazy standard notation up here. But when you're going from D and climbing back down to the E5, that A5 is a nice clean quarter note where you land on beat 4. And that happens every time. So going up, syncopation, going down, standard. Up syncopation, down, straight ahead. Same thing there. So let me demonstrate that. So it's subtle, but it makes a huge difference. So one way to think about it, if I'm keeping a normal pulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, on beat 4, we're still tied over, so we don't play on beat 4. That next A5 chord comes in on the E or the second 16th note of beat 4. So you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 E, 1, 2, 3, 4 E. So it's or you could kind of think of it as 1, 2, 3, ta-da. That da, when you say ta-da like a magic trick, ta-da, that's where that E of beat 4 comes in. Then in the second measure, we've got a dotted half note, so that's beats 1, 2, 3, and then beat 4 is the A5. So again, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So in comparison, what we did before, now we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that left hand snap that I'm doing, that's when you play that A5 chord on beat 4, just a quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you'll just follow that pattern. So if you view this as a mountain, you've got 1, 2, 3 mountains to climb. And on the fourth one, we're going to go a different direction. So let me play everything up to here. So the one new thing in the verse are these mini bar chords in the last measure. So you can see they're labeled D/A or D over A and E/B or E over B. However you want to say it, doesn't matter. We can just call it D and E for short. So we're coming from our A5 chord and we have to move quickly. So this is a good introduction if you haven't done big leaps. This is a good thing to practice and a very common sort of thing to do. So you're going to use your index finger in the 7th fret with the fingertip starting on the D string, and then you just flatten the finger out to cover the G and the B strings. As you're doing that, keep your finger as low as possible, don't overextend. Keep the tip of your finger on the D string, and then just rotate your finger back just a little bit so it's not on the flesh here, it's just on the side of the finger. It'll sound a little bit better that way. And these are half notes, so you'll count 1, 2, and then for beats 3, 4, you'll move up to the 9th fret, exact same shape. And one little bonus tip for those of you that didn't skip ahead. The way I have this written out is just to keep it simple, but another simple thing that you can do that'll mimic the recording a little bit is you can strum it and then arpeggiate back down the B, G, and D string. You can hear a very similar movement, if not the exact same movement, on the recording. So if you want to spice it up, you can do that too. All right, on to the next line. It's very similar except for the first measure, but you already know the chords, and now you know the count. 1, 2, 3, ta-da. And then the other new thing is when you get to this E chord, you're going to make a big jump to D5. So you got to move that index finger from the A string to the G string. So let me just demonstrate the first little bit here. So other than the different movement that happens right here, you know all the information. Again, when you're going from D down to E5, that A chord is going to be a quarter note. And it's going to follow the same pattern as we were doing before, exactly the same, and end with these mini bar chords of D and E. So let's just go through this entire second line. So that covers the entire verse. Now we're getting into the chorus where the mini bar chord shape becomes your main tool. Let me show you. So every chord in the chorus is a mini bar chord. All pointer finger. You've got A major, which is your classic open position chord, D/A, E/B, and you're cycling through those 3 positions. And they're all the same finger, just moving up and down the neck. Frets 2, 7, 9, back to 7. The feel here is a little heavier than the verse, more locked in. The first half of the measure is played straight. The second half is syncopated. When this section clicks, you're going to feel it in your strumming hand more than your fretting hand. The right hand is driving the pocket. So for A major, instead of playing it with index, middle, and ring, because that would be cheating for this song with just one finger, we're going to bar like we did earlier with the D and E from the verse. So the index finger will be on the D, G, and B strings in fret 2. And you can certainly add the A string open. But then in every chord after that, you won't want to hit that open. So either add the A string open or leave it out. Doesn't matter too much. I like having it in there for when that chorus starts having a little more punch and then it relaxes back in. So let me demonstrate the first measure. So as I said, the first half of this measure is just 1 and 2. So just down, down, down. Now beat 2 is a little bit longer before we get into our first up strum. So let me demonstrate this much. So now that we got through that much, it's probably easiest to just get to the end so that you lock back in on the downbeat of beat 4. So we'll just do all of this. That's the rhythm. So you got down, 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 up, 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 down. Down, 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 up, 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 down. Down, 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 up, 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 down. Now that you've got the strumming pattern in your ears and in your right hand, you can apply that to every single measure. So you don't have to worry about it changing at all. Now you're just changing frets. So now it goes up to the D chord in the 7th fret. So take that 2nd fret bar, move it up to the 2nd fret, but don't play the open A string. If you want to get really sneaky about it, you can push your index finger up just a little bit so that the very tip of your index finger is just barely touching the A string so that it mutes it a little bit. But if you can't do that, then you'll just get more accurate with your right hand. Then one slowly. Then move that up 2 frets for the E chord, exact same thing. And then one slowly. And then back down to the 7th fret for D. So let me demonstrate this whole line. And then one slowly. So once you've got that down, line 2 is exactly the same. Don't have to change anything. All right, moving on to the bridge. This is very similar to the intro. Let me show you how it's done. All right, I confess, I fibbed on one note, guys. I'm so sorry.
You liar!
There's one G chord in the bridge, and for that G chord, you should use your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string. That's it. So one chord, one strum, and you're immediately back to A5 with the pointer finger shape. That's the one and only time your middle finger shows up in this entire song. I stand by the one finger claim with a footnote. So let's deep dive the bridge. We've got the A5 right on beat 1. Then we go to our G chord into D5. So A5 being the same, for this G chord here, you'll put your middle finger on the E string 3rd fret and allow that middle finger to hang a little flat so that you mute the A string. You don't want that one ringing out. And then the D, G, and B strings are all open. And then once you finish that, you go into D5. And then we're back into basically the same stuff as before. Not like the verse, because you can see when you go down from D to E, the A chord is syncopated. It's not on a quarter note. So keep this one groovy in this section. Of course I dropped my pick.
My God, pull yourself together!
All right, so let me demonstrate this slowly all the way through. So I played all the way through, and then there's an E5 as the next chord. I did play that just so it sounded complete. So think of the bridge as a breath between the two halves of the song. Same energy as the intro, same feel. If the intro is locked in for you, the bridge is basically already in your hands. After the bridge, the song is just a second verse and an extended chorus that fades out. Same verse you already know, same chorus repeated 4 times as the recording fades. Nothing new, you've already learned everything you need, it's just more of it. And so you can see what I mean, we just finished the bridge. After the bridge comes another verse, exactly the same as before, and then your chorus is exactly the same as before, and you play it 4 times in a row. So if you want to play along with the track, whether if it's on Spotify or YouTube, the song will fade out on you in the middle of the 4th repetition. So, 4 things that are going to make this go faster. First, listen to the song every day. No compromises. The song is not hard to learn physically, the rhythm is the whole game. And if your ear learns the rhythm faster than your hands, play it on repeat in the background, the changes will start to feel obvious. Second, the syncopated rhythm that's all over this song. Use the ta-da trick that I showed you earlier. If you skip that part, you're missing out. Third, the mini bar chord shape. So keep that index finger as low as possible, rotate the finger a little bit so that you're playing on the side of your finger, and make sure you're not fully barring down this way. You want to bend this knuckle just a little bit so it kind of looks like a mountain peak so that you mute that first string. Fourth, go on YouTube. I prefer YouTube because then you can go to the settings and change the playback speed. I would dip it down to about 65%. That's a good starting point if you're not sure. Then just keep pushing it 70, 75 until you can get it all the way to full speed. When you've got the mini bar chord shapes and the syncopated rhythm from this song, you're building 2 things you'll use constantly in level 4 and beyond. The mini bar chord is a direct on-ramp to full bar chords. Songs such as Living After Midnight, Like a Stone, Tennessee Whiskey, Wicked Game, all of those songs start to make sense once the shape is in your hands. You can check out those songs in my level 6 bar chord playlist. And there you have it, In the City by the Eagles. If this helped you level up, hit the like button and subscribe. I drop fresh lessons every week. Sheet music is in the description. Private lesson link is down there too. If this one clicked, check out the level 4 playlist that's up here. That's where the open position chord songs live. And if you like the mini bar chord shape you just learned, check out my video on Living After Midnight by Judas Priest. Keep playing, and I'll see you in the next lesson. I swear every tropical bird of paradise is squawking their heads off right now. Be quiet!